What is up, my YouTube minions? I have a battle here against marceyboy. What are the numbers after your name, marceyboy? marceyboy1. Actually, that should have been super easy to remember, but I didn't. And, yeah, there you go. You can see our teams there, and let's go ahead and get into this one. Today's battle, I am using this, what's it called? Whimsicott, which someone requested, and I said, you know what? If I've never used Whimsicott before, I will use one now. And I checked my old battles, and I did not ever use Whimsicott, so... Well, now I'm using Whimsicott, hooray! It's a little prankster thing, if you guys didn't know. It's a... Actually, I think it picked up the fairy type in this generation, making it, a little more interesting. Either way, so he's going to lead with Mega Scissor and go ahead and Mega Evolve. As I just said at Stealth Rocks, I don't think there's a whole lot this thing can do to me. It does knock me off, which does a little bit of damage, but I'm going to still get my recoil with my items. So there you go. It's going to end up hurting itself a lot as I lose my Rocky Head. Oh well. He's going to go ahead and switch out into his own Garchomp now, and yeah, I end up just going for the Fire Blast because I do carry it on my Garchomp. This is Bulk Chomp. We like to carry those for Scizors and, you know, Ferrothorns and things. It doesn't really do much against Ferrothorn, but still. Oh well, I'm going to go into my TheKillerNacho now. I do have Ice Punch, so I'm figuring, okay, I'm just going to come into it, go for that. If he does decide to switch out, I hope I can do some decent damage on the switch, and he ends up staying in, which is a curious move. And while he does get his recoil damage off on me using his Rocky Helmet and, you know, his ability Tough Skin, I'm still going to be able to take out his Garchomp after he gets up his own Stealth Rock, so at least he got those off. Anyway, he's going to go into Cinccino here, which is one of those Pokemon that can do some significant damage to your team, but I do have Mach Punch. I'm just going to go for that. I know this thing doesn't really carry any priority moves because it wants to use the Link move, since its Skill Link is, I think it's, yeah, its ability is Skill Link, which obviously makes Tail Slap and moves of that nature very good. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very wise decision on his part to keep it in against TheKillerNacho. So he's going to go for the knockoff now, which I do resist. I lose my Assault Vest, but whatever at this point. And, yeah, I end up draining some significant HP back from this thing. He's going to try to go for a Bullet Punch, but since it's unboosted, it's not going to be able to take me out. I just go for a Mach Punch, hoping that he wouldn't go for that or whatever. But either way, I take out the Scizor too. So TheKillerNacho is really just kind of, you know, eating up his team right now. He goes into Jolteon, which can obviously outspeed me, but I should be able to get significant damage here with Mach Punch, and knock off his Air Balloon, being that obviously Mach Punch is a priority move. And one of Jolteon's always issues, and one of the biggest reason that it's fallen out of favor this generation, is it's always been extremely frail. As you can see, Mach Punch does significant damage despite it not being super effective or anything, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, I go into Extra Drill now, and I do that because I did break the Air Balloon, so I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. He ends up just going for the Protect, I guess predicting that I am a Choice Scarfer, so that makes sense. Anyway, he saw that I am indeed locked into Earthquake, and I assume that he, due to the fact he saw that I was Mold Breaker, he probably knows I'm a Scarfer, so I decided to go out into Garchomp, predicting his switch into Trevenant. And this is actually not as bad as a switch as you would think. I wanted this switch because I wanted to get the Toxic off here on Trevenant. This thing can be extremely bulky, and especially with its ability Harvest. So I just wanted to get that Toxic off on it. And he is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. It's not a huge deal. I mean, obviously, my Garchomp does have Earthquake. It does nerf it a little bit, and the residual damage is never helpful. But at this point, I don't really need Garchomp. I already set up my hazards, and I don't really need it for anything else. I also have Fire Blast, which is super effective, and a special move. So it's not going to be reduced in power from the burn. So I don't really hate this matchup. I'm pretty... Now that he's at the lead sheet, I need a switch, but I was okay with this matchup because it does help cripple this Trevenant quite a good deal, especially if it's not a Lumberry one, and as you can see, this one is not Lumberry. It's probably Citrus Berry, which is what most of them carry, although I have run into a few Lumberry ones, which I kind of like as well, but I always feel Trevenant needs that extra recovery, and the Citrus Berry helps it with that. Either way, I'm just going to go into Whimsicott now, and I'm just going to go ahead and go for the sub. I mean, obviously, the Horn Leech isn't going to do that much to me, and I'm just going to go ahead and sub. Like I said, this is a prankster thing. It's kind of a two-box mon. It's pretty much what it always is and what it always has done, but yeah, if I get a sub here, it shouldn't be able to really do anything to me. Obviously, he can't Leech Seed me, and I take those Horn Leeches like a champ, so he's going to go out into Infernape, really his only choice, because it does super effective damage. But like I said, I do get the sub, and there's no way for him to really go through the sub with Infernape, so I feel pretty confident just staying in, trying to go for the Stun Spore to paralyze this thing, and unfortunately for me, little spoiler alert, I miss! What a shocker, as he gets off a Fire Punch to break my sub, and I really don't want to stay in and die. I mean, the Stun Spore would be nice on this Infernape, but knowing my luck, I'd probably miss again, and even if I don't, he's just going to kill me with Fire Blast, which isn't really worth... Sorry, Fire Punch, which really isn't worth losing a Pokemon over. So I go into Garchomp. He ends up predicting a switch here, trying to go for a Thunder Punch, predicting a different one of my Mons, but ends up working out for me because Garchomp is obviously immune to that. Oh, he's just going to kill me now with Mach Punch, that's fine. I actually kind of went into Garchomp as Death Fodder, knowing that it wouldn't be able to survive a Fire Punch and its burn, so I'm actually perfectly fine with that. And I go into Slowbro, which is what he was predicting with a Thunder Punch. And I know I can take this pretty nicely with Slowbro anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, so I'm immune to crits, because in my mind, pretty much the worst thing that he could do right now is crit me with a Thunder Punch. So yeah, I do Mega Evolve, and as you can see, those Thunder Punches don't do much, but he does get a Paralysis, which sucks, and I just go for the Scald. It doesn't actually quite kill the Infernape. And he's going to go for that Thunder Punch again, and I'm like, oh crap. It's going to happen, man. I'm going to get Parahax to death. I can't be crit because the Mega Slowbro's ability, but I can totally be Parahax to death. Oh, thank God. I did not get the Parahax there. Actually, to keep my Mega Slowbro, which should have... This should be like the perfect matchup for Mega Slowbro, right? Oh, well. I was going to go for a Thunder Punch. He's going to go for a Thunder Punch again, and I do not get Parahax there, so I'm going to be able to take out the Infernape, thank God. Although my Mega Slowbro is less HP than I would have liked at this point. And he goes right back into Trevenant, which I guess is his best bet at this point. I'm just going to end up staying in. I do carry Ice Beam, so it's not really a terrible matchup for me. So he's going to go for the Leech Seed, which is a good play. Obviously, getting that residual damage off on me and adding to his healing. And yeah, I'm going to see how much I can do with Ice Beam. And once again, I barely don't get the kill. First against the Infernape, and now against the Trevenant. Come on, Mega Slowbro. Gotta get those KOs, friend. And not even the Toxic is going to take it out because of the Leech Seed, and it's only, its first turn. He's going to Harvest, unfortunately, and also get back that Citrus Berry and eat it, so he's going to keep trying to get HP back with Horn Leech, and as you can see, he did get some HP back. I survived, though, with 1 HP. That clutch. At least if you can't get, Mega Slowbro, if you can't get those KOs, at least you can also survive just as clutchly as the enemy, so... I gotta take it for what it's worth. Anyway, as you can see, Mega Slowbro, especially with the Leech Seed adding up, is kind of in danger here. As soon as I get a Parahax, I'm pretty much dead. So I'm just gonna try to go for the Ice Beam one more time. Kind of maybe sack Mega Slowbro, because I know that I can match up with this thing with something else anyway. So yeah, I just go for the Ice Beam, and I end up killing this thing after the Toxic, because the Toxic has started to build up, and it will take out the Trevenant. Unfortunately, I also lose Mega Slowbro, but because the Trevenant is dead, I will consider that a win, because I know his last Pokemon, obviously, and his last Pokemon is a thing that dies to Talonflame, pretty much. Actually, no, he has 2 Pokemon left, but both of them died to Talonflame. He has the, actually, wait, this thing didn't die. I lied, this thing did not die, but it will die to a Brave Bird, and his other last Pokemon is a Jolteon, which obviously got crippled earlier, so even with the resistance, it's not going to resist a Brave Bird. Talonflame is going to be able to wrap this up, so good game there, marceyboy1. Was a fun little match. I think it would have been a lot closer if you played Conkeldurr a little better, but what can you do? What can you do? So, getting into today's question of the day, those glorious hackers have data mined a lot of the Sun and Moon demo, and we now know a lot about the new mechanics. You can find them all over YouTube and other sources on the internet. But today's question of the day is going to revolve around the changes to certain items, and I'm talking about in-game items here for the most part. But a lot of items changed. For example, Hyper Potions are, I believe, less expensive now, and only heal 120 HP, which in my opinion is a pretty good idea because it increases the usefulness of Max Potion, which I always felt was a useless item, especially in game. Well, obviously it's the only time you can use it, but a fairly useless item considering that full restore. The extra healing that it provides never really mattered over Hyper Potion until you got to the full restore stage anyway. So, yeah, obviously I do like that change, but actually my favorite change of the items they changed is the X items. Apparently now the X items are going to increase 2 stages instead of just 1. I've always considered them complete trash as far as in single player goes. I mean, occasionally they can be useful, but 1 stage isn't really a game breaker. When you consider that most moves can do more than that, but now that you can, pretty much use an item of like a swords dance item or a agility item, or 2 stages is huge. I think these items are going to be really useful in the single player campaign, and I do like the change. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys next time. Later.